In medieval Europe, peace was an illusion. Fear quietly ruled behind stone walls and prayers. The church stood tall and powerful, shaping lives through obedience, silence, and unquestioned authority. Faith was no longer personal. It was watched, measured, and strictly controlled. Even a whispered doubt could destroy lives. Truth became something dangerous to speak. Accusations required no proof, only fear and the word of authority. Doors were broken at night, so no one would witness injustice. The descent into darkness began underground, where hope slowly disappeared. These chambers were not built for truth, they were built for suffering. Only one truth was allowed, and it was decided by power. Pain replaced evidence, silence became guilt. Confessions were forced, not spoken. Fear guided every word. Minds were shattered long before bodies, leaving nothing but obedience. Public fear spread quickly, shaping how people lived and spoke. Names written on parchment meant fate, already sealed and final. Trials were performances. Justice had no place here. Speaking in defense meant defiance, and defiance meant punishment. Verdicts were decided before hearings. Mercy never entered the room. Fire was called purification, though it destroyed human lives. Executions were warnings, not acts of justice. Truth was buried deeply, beneath fear, smoke, and silence. Prison cells swallowed time. Darkness became a permanent companion. Every sound was monitored. Even breathing felt dangerous. Tools of pain waited patiently, designed to break the human will. Kneeling meant survival. Resistance meant suffering. Fear ruled the streets, teaching people when to stay silent. Pain spoke louder than innocence. Confessions followed screams. Shadows watched everything, reminding prisoners they were never alone. The public saw, but stayed silent. Fear taught obedience well. Words spoken under torture were meaningless, yet treated as truth. Even silence was twisted into proof of guilt. Fear became law, stronger than kings and crowns. Ashes on the ground carried lessons. Everyone understood clearly. Secrets were carefully recorded. Truth was never meant to escape. Guards patrolled even at night. Fear never slept. Those who returned were changed forever. Fear etched into their eyes. Rumors spread faster than facts. Terror moved freely. Decisions of life and death were hidden behind stone walls. Chains told stories without words. Suffering left its marks. Public punishment taught obedience, not justice. Silence became survival. Truth became deadly. The Inquisitor's arrival froze the town. Fear followed closely behind. Orders were given quietly, far from innocent eyes. Prisoners were counted like objects, not human lives. Questions were designed to trap, not to understand. Pain became a language, obedience its only meaning. Shadows threatened without words. Fear filled the room. Confessions were written before spoken. Truth was irrelevant. The crowd watched silently, knowing fear protected them. Execution sites were prepared calmly. Cruelty became routine. Final words were rarely heard. Silence dominated everything. Flames erased bodies, but fear remained alive. Faces in the crowd learned quickly, never question authority. Ashes drifted away, but memory stayed. New prisoners replaced the old. The cycle continued endlessly. Hidden parchments preserved control, not truth. Night wrapped the town tightly. Fear patrolled every corner. Whispers carried warnings. Obedience ensured survival. Power met in candlelit rooms, deciding unseen fates. Chains remained ready, waiting for the next victim. The town lived quietly. Fear shaped every choice. Stone corridors echoed footsteps. Nowhere felt safe. Questioning never ended. Pressure never softened. Chains controlled bodies. Fear controlled minds. Guards watched silently. Authority needed no words. Darkness crushed hope slowly, minute by minute. Every tool had purpose. Fear was the goal. Faces behind windows watched. Silence protected them. Trials existed only in name. Control was the real aim. Obedience outweighed innocence. Truth held no value. Sentences arrived without mercy. Fate already sealed. Stakes were built carefully. Cruelty was organized. Prisoners stood bound, surrounded by fear. Flames rose high. Terror spread wider. Witnesses learned their lesson. Never question power. Ashes settled quietly. Warnings remained loud. Cells filled again. Fear never rested. Secrets stayed hidden. Truth stayed buried. Streets fell silent. Fear spoke instead. Rumors shaped lives. Justice disappeared. The church loomed quietly. Authority unquestioned. Morning arrived without hope. Fear survived the night. Survivors carried invisible scars, never healed. Warnings spread softly. Obedience followed. Power remained untouched, hidden in shadows. Dungeon echoes told stories. No one listened. New accusations replaced old ones, endlessly. Night offered no escape. Fear watched always. Trials repeated endlessly. Justice absent every time. Innocence meant nothing here. Silence meant survival. Fear ruled completely, unquestioned and absolute. Flames served as reminders, not justice. Witnesses remained silent. Fear sealed their lips. Ashes faded. Memories did not. Hidden records protected power, not people. Darkness welcomed new victims endlessly. Streets slept quietly. Fear stayed awake. Markets whispered stories. Terror shaped futures. The Inquisitor left. Fear stayed behind. Fog covered the town, but memories remained clear. In this world, truth was never free. It was buried beneath stone, fear, and silence.